Published 1731 EDT, the 17th of September 2017. Updated 2012 EDT, the 17th of September 2017. Harry Redknapp's long career in management is likely to be over after his sacking by Birmingham City, with the 70-year-old saying there is every chance it was his last job. Birmingham acted after the 3-1 loss to Preston marked a sixth straight defeat, with Redknapp in line for the full payment of his £1.75 million annual salary as compensation. It would represent an ignominious end for a manager who led Tottenham Hotspur to the Champions League quarterfinals and won the FA Cup with Portsmouth, with Redknapp told the news via a phone call once the decision had been made in a hastily convened boardroom meeting at St Andrews on Saturday night. Harry Redknapp has admitted that his football management career might now be over. Birmingham's Chinese owners Trillion Trophy Asia lost faith in Redknapp very quickly, having provided backing for 14 new players and breaking the club's transfer record on deadline day, but were alarmed by performances that have seen the side slip to 23rd in the table. Redknapp's coaching approach also came under scrutiny. Redknapp was still held in high regard by Birmingham's fans though, after his impact in keeping the club up in a 3-game stint last season. He had to be persuaded to stay on into this campaign, only agreeing after being promised a £20 million transfer fund to challenge for promotion, yet friction soon began to appear. Redknapp was in charge of Birmingham for just 13 games, having arrived at St Andrews in April. The club failed to secure Redknapp's ideal targets and he was considering walking away until a late splurge on a number of recruits, including the £6 million signing of Brentford's Spanish playmaker Jota. Redknapp had wanted to focus on established players, failing in a move for John Terry and being turned down by the club in attempts to sign Ashley Cole. Stuart Downing was another unsuccessful pursuit. He felt he needed time to blend his squad together and was highly critical of a few unnamed players in the wake of his final game. On Sunday, Redknapp said, "I took over a team that got out of trouble on the last day of last season. They'd had 2 wins out of 25, they weren't good enough. It needed change. I spent half the time trying to get rid of players they brought in. Unfortunately, I couldn't get the players in that I was after and it went down to deadline week before I got a big influx." Asked if this job would be his last, he said, "Every chance. I doubt it'll happen now very much than it was 6 players making their debut on one day, then 3 games in that week, so even working on the training ground was difficult. It's a shame I didn't have the chance to see it through, but time is something you don't get an awful lot of. I got a phone call to say the owners decided they want to change the manager. So, what can you do? It's difficult. The owners are ambitious and they're willing to put money in. But they're not English-speaking owners. They've got a chief executive who's a Chinese lad and a nice guy. He runs the club." On his future in management, Redknapp told the BBC, "I doubt very much whether it will happen again now. I'm a realist. If I could help someone somewhere, help a young manager, I'd love that." The 70-year-old former Spurs boss was sacked by Birmingham City on Saturday evening. Birmingham director Shandong Ren, the most prominent face of Trillion Trophy Asia in England, posted a picture of Redknapp celebrating on the final day of last season on Twitter and wrote, "I can't ever thank him enough for saving us there, but it's time to move on. It wasn't a rush decision and it wasn't an easy one at all." Agent Darren Dean, the son of former Arsenal vice-chairman David, was consulted on that decision. Dean has a large influence as an advisor to the club's owners, and it is expected he will guide the search for Redknapp's replacement. Lee Carsley has been promoted from his role as under-23s coach to take caretaker charge, and the former Everton midfielder is described as being in pole position for the full-time role.